What factors help a marriage succeed? If you need help with your marriage, be sure and download the free marriage repair handbook at hopeformymarriage.com. So, the question we want to tackle today is what factors help a marriage to succeed? Having been married nearly 33 years, having been counseling couples for the last 22 years, there are some key factors that are common to successful marriages. First of all, the couple finds ways to make a long lasting connection day by day. They find ways to connect daily. Connection is so critical. If we feel disconnected, that's where problems begin to really take hold and fester and become something much more danger and sinister than they really ever should be allowed to be. Couple of things that are going to foster connection. Communication is one of those, and that's also one of the pillars of a successful marriage. When a husband and wife are able to communicate honestly and openly with each other on any topic, that will always bring about a greater deal of connection. But let's face it, we live in a very distracted world. There are things that you're going to have to do to foster the connection and enhance the communication. One of the biggest things is to take this thing and turn it off, leave it in the other room, get away from it so that you're not looking at your phone, you're not listening to the buzzing. Focus your attention on your spouse. One of the things we do, because we know we're distracted, we're both entrepreneurs, we both work from home, and it's easy to have lots of conversations along the way throughout the day. But when it's something important, the question is always asked, are you in the middle of something, and do you have a few moments to talk about something important? And we both know what that means is we need to turn our backs to our computer screens, we need to put our phones off to the side, and it's time to really have a true, honest, and open dialogue with each other. Another thing you can do to foster connection is continue to have fun together. Take dates on a regular basis. We have a regular date night built into our week every week. We find something to do that just allows us to have fun together. We also do a surprise road trip or surprise day trip once a month where one of us surprises the other with an activity for the day. And it's just a chance for us to explore new things, try new things, do new things together, build the adventure into our marriage. The next thing that's critical is giving. What we find biblically is where marriage works best is when we serve one another with everything that we are. In fact, I always challenge men with the fact that the Bible teaches men are to love their wives just as Christ loved his church and gave his life for it. And so the reality for me as a husband is I need to be laying down my life for my wife every day. That doesn't mean I become a doormat. That doesn't mean she always gets her way and I never get a say in anything. What that means, though, is I look for opportunities to build her up, to serve her better, to make her feel cherished. And I want you to really lock into that C word, cherished. So when we have connection, when we have communication, when we cherish our spouse, we see great things happen. The next thing we want to do is we want to show respect. And the thing that we're looking for is how can I build you up as the person that is at your very best. And so one of the ways that you garner respect is you pay compliments, another C word, when you are complimentary towards your spouse, and not just artificial passing things, but truly complimentary, catching them doing the right things and speaking to that. It's easy to fault find and pinpoint what's wrong. It's a lot more work, it's a lot more effort to find what's right and speak to it. And then we get into this idea of trust. Can I trust you? Can I take you at your word? This is part of that communication equation. I need to speak honestly and openly. And what this really comes down to is character. I want to build character into the relationship. I want my character to always be above board, above reproach. And we as spouses want to make that our standard of operation in dealing with each other. So, just a few things, a few, if you will, pillars to make a marriage successful. Hope you find those helpful, and I'll talk to you again soon.